Hey man, y'all niggas done took this driving truck shit too far. When you go to driving trucks, you done lost hope. You done lost hope. I'm seeing all the biggest street niggas slash drug dealers slash gangsters I ever known drive these motherfucking semis. Y'all niggas done gave up. What the fuck we supposed to do? Cause we been following y'all thinking y'all were gonna lead us to El Chapo status, and you niggas done went to driving trucks. Nigga call you talking about you in Arizona somewhere dropping off a load, and you ain't talking about no motherfucking kilos or no pounds of reefer. So what the fuck I'm supposed to do? Cause you niggas done lost hope. Driving truck ass nigga, don't call my phone no more, drive trucks.
I said I'm never coming back again. Next I stepped away from the mirror. I got my mind made up now, cause I can see the future much clearer. What's happening? I'm gonna try to get back to how I used to communicate. This is about guys glorifying the streets. And I'm gonna cut to the chase. A lot of guys who glorify the streets is just because you're lazy. You don't really have a good work ethic. And street money is fast money. And here, I said fast, but not necessarily long. Like, that's the other thing. Like, the streets don't pay like they quote unquote did years ago. But people are like, yes, it does. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Now, as a person who's been around enough to know, y'all don't y'all don't have a direction. And that's a problem. Like, when people decide to quote unquote get out of the streets, people like this cat don't have a direction. Because it's things you should be tired of. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. But let me start with this. Just because um, music videos and movies and TV shows um, and people on social media glorify the streets, that doesn't mean they're trying to go back to it if they were involved in it. So that's the problem right there. Like, y'all looking at people who are telling you all their stories of what they did, and these shows like, oh, that was this and that was that. And it's like, bro, for one, some of these things are true, but they gotta take things out and put things in to not get people locked up, right? But on the other side of that, there is no win in that life. And you know, y'all don't realize it's people who y'all think of these, I don't know, these silly success stories, right? People that made it out. It's like, listen, bro, why don't y'all talk about the guys in their 40s and 50s and 60s still dealing? Why don't you talk about them? You know, this concept of, oh man, I got these people, they making money. No, they're not. They still can't get stuff in their name. The people that are 10 toes down for the streets, if you wasn't in it like decades ago, you can't go to a car lot and get something in your name. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, and I say it this way because can't get an apartment, can't get a house per se. Because a lot of y'all think, people in the streets have an entrepreneurial mind, but the vast majority of them don't. They don't. If I sell this, I get this. That's it. And the money's inflated because you're not paying taxes. That's literally what it is. You're not paying taxes. So since you're not paying taxes, it looked like more than it is. Like, I get 100% of my money, but you get robbed too. You don't talk about that. Your place get robbed. You know, people steal your money. People steal your merchandise or whatever. But y'all don't want to get into stuff like that. Most of y'all don't have lawyer money. So if you get caught, you going in. You going to jail. It is what it is. Um, most of the streets is full. The streets is full of snitches and backstabbers. But that's the life you want to live, right? And then to say, I'm disappointed in you guys because y'all done gave up hope. Hope. There is no hope in the streets, dog. There is no hope in the streets. Only fools give their life to the streets. But hey, you know, and even like back in the day, there were people who were working a job and in the streets. And the job was basically cover for the streets because you don't, you know, you don't need to be in the streets doing that type of quote unquote business. That ain't a 9 to 5. That ain't that ain't a 10-hour job. Hey, make you basically, if you got up in, up there, you just basically making runs and drops. You know, they don't take all day. It don't. And then the other thing about the streets, I don't know why y'all got this. I'm gonna be a kingpin ideology because you basically start at the bottom, even on the streets, and if you make it to the top, you know, you a king of the hill of dummies. Pretty much, that's what's gonna go on. Either the cops on you all the time or the feds following you. Which one do you want? Usually, you're gonna want the cops because state time and fed time is different unless you like in DC or something. But this is where things get tricky because people don't want to say the other part of it. It's like, bro, y'all are delusional. Y'all are delusional. And a lot of the guys, think about it this way. A lot of the guys who was in the street life, they'll say they're making less money than they did in the streets. But if they work, 10 years, they gonna make more money than they made in the streets. And they're saying, they've made more money in a faster window than working, right? But you ain't gotta look over your shoulder though. But a lot of y'all, y'all trapped yourself into that ideology. And the craziest part of that is to me is, as you see the dude that was talking, bro, you too old. You too old. Like you too old to still be in the streets. That's a thing that people don't want to talk about. What happens when you too old to be out there? Oh, it's like, oh well, no, I got it. No, you don't got it. No, you don't got it. Because if you old and been in the streets the whole time, most of your friends dead or locked up. You might be a snitch, or you're just unsuccessful in life. Because there are a lot of guys who not a guys, girls who want to take that street path and they're unsuccessful in life. You might wind up with a drug addiction or some type of other vice, and you know clinging to the but I'm this, I'm that, I'm from here, I did this and I did that. And it's like, look, when you hit a certain age, nobody care about what you did in the streets. It doesn't matter. It does. And to be a little bit more specific, if the streets were so good when y'all have kids, how come y'all don't want y'all kids in the streets? if it's so good. And the crazy part about it is some of y'all kids gravitate to the streets and it takes them down, and you got to watch your kid get killed or locked up trying to be you. But you ain't gonna tell them the full story though. So that concept of somebody disappointed if you turn your life around, let them be disappointed. And like that dude, hey man, let him feel like he run the streets till he meet El Chapo, and get buried in a barrel of acid and don't nobody know him. But hey, I guess it's worth it because the mentality is like I said, is lacking. It's laziness. It's lack of work ethic. And a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about because if you've been around people in the streets, they really don't. They got a lot of downtime. A lot of downtime. So I'll leave it at that. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.